a quick follow-up video on the syrup that's left over from the nectarines, which is delicious, with the poached nectarines that I made. Absolutely delicious. And I think we can use that in an old-fashioned cocktail. Although I'm slightly concerned that it's a little bit too fruity and it might want to change the old-fashioned into tasting more something like schnapps. So I'm going to use half the nectarine syrup, and I'm going to use half a syrup that I've infused with some spices that's been in the cupboard for a little while. And then we're going to put some orange zest in it, some Jerry Thomas's The Bitter Truth, which is my favourite bitters to put in old fashioned, and we've also got some maraschino cherries, and then it's just cheap whiskey. My philosophy is on making cocktails, if it's plain old whiskey. I kind of think if you're starting to use, and it's just a trial, so to use like a really good quality whiskey seems a little bit of a waste, because I like, if I'm going to drink a good quality whiskey, I like it neat. No ice and no anything, I just like to taste the whiskey. But if I'm making cocktails, I kind of think I like, I might as well just use a cheaper whiskey. This is as cheap as it gets. I don't know, single grain Scotch whiskey, I don't know what that means. But it's just cheap, and then we'll kind of see how it turns out. I have made old fashions with more expensive whiskies. Certainly ryes are absolutely delicious and a game changer when you're making cocktails in an old fashioned. But anyway, it's just an experiment. So my ratio for an old fashioned, I know people use sugar and all kinds of things, like brown sugar instead of syrup and all those type of things, but this is my preferred method. And as long as the drink you are drinking is the drink that you want to drink, then you've made it correctly. So I do 4 shots whiskey and then 1 shot of syrup. So it's going to be half a shot of that and half a shot of that. Well, I'll measure it out so we can kind of tell. So dessert spoon is that size, or teaspoon? I think we'll be going forever if we're doing teaspoons. No, we'll do teaspoons, because they're pretty standard as teaspoons. So we'll do, how many teaspoons to make it up to half? 4 teaspoons. Yeah, so 4 teaspoons is half a measure, half a kind of shot. So I don't know what they are. I think they are the fluid ounces. So a fluid ounce, so it's half a fluid ounce, so that's 4 teaspoons approximately. So that's fine. That's just a something for interest, and then we can just top it up with the other syrup. Hopefully the bits won't go out, come out of it. I don't know what we're going to do. Doesn't matter. We'll just fish them out. That's that. I just need to fish that out. A bit of star anise out. That's fine. Out the way. A few swigs of bitters. That many. Because I quite like the bitters. Then twist of orange zest. Just the outer orange zest. So no white. Just the zest from the outside. You don't want any of the bitter pith. And what you do to get a really thin zest is you slightly hammer in your vegetable peeler on the blade there, so it does it thinner. That's what I do anyway. So, and then a nice big blob of ice. Give it. You're supposed to stir it with ice in, but I'm not going to do that. And then that much. And then a cherry. We'll use the same fork, fine, and we'll see how we go. I think it'd be nice. That's like rocket fuel. That's really nice, is that? Extremely strong. I'm only going to be having one of those tonight. That's delicious. You'd never know that it was like nectarine syrup in there, or that the spices were in there. It just kind of, I'll have to make it with a more expensive whiskey. I've got some proper rye, I'll make it again when the mood takes me with some proper rye, and we'll see how it turns out. But I think because you've got the complexities of the nectarine syrup and the spices in that syrup that I made, and the bitter truth bitters, bitters, and the orange, it kind of turns a bog standard, nothing special about that whiskey whatsoever, into something a little bit special, to say the least. That's lovely. Anyway, there we go. Waste not, want not. So it's like a double whammy from the nectarines. We get to use the syrup in cocktails. What could be better?